We live in a van now.
We live in a van.
We are just about to cook our very first meal in here properly, like from scratch.
The first meal that we're making, one of our favorites, just good old pasta.
Can't go wrong with pasta.
It's a fave.
I'm Alex.
I'm Kaylee.
And we are Pinter Whitnick.
We're musicians living and traveling full-time in our van.
Join us for van life adventures, music, and shenanigans on the road.
Is our knife still over here? Where did our knife go?
Oops. Yeah, a sibling. No, if you lived with a sibling, that'd be super hard. And then so that you have to get it. It's kind of harder. See, like I love how yeah. This is so red, like for some reason.
Because of light in here.
Okay.
It looks like fluorescent.
Do you post this to like
YouTube.
Good morning. We're making breakfast in the van now. So we have some just egg with some veggies and some grilled toast.
Looking pretty tasty. And today we're also going to be trying to work on one of the vlogs on the laptop in the van for the first time. So that's going to be another first. We'll see how that goes. Working on the laptop, it's working okay. We had to downscale from a big desktop computer that was really powerful to this older laptop, but everything's working all right so far. We're all set up in here and it's pretty cool. We now have a lot of our things moved in here. We sort of had a mad dash to get everything ready as we were moving out, and we're finding out what's roadworthy and what isn't. So far the shelves have been great. Nothing's fallen off the shelves, but we had an issue with our coffee area in that this coffee grinder and kettle decided to slam into the wall as we were slowing down pretty gently. So we got some Velcro, heavy duty Velcro, and we're gonna see if this will hold everything in place. We're feeling much better that this heavy duty Velcro is gonna keep these in place. These are feeling really secure. I mean, it would take a really quick stop for these to go flying, I think, especially as this adhesive sets a little bit more in here. And then we added one more thing, which is to keep the kettle attached to the base here while we're driving, this little Velcro strap. So we're gonna try that out. So this strap just runs over the spout of the kettle there. And then we'll come down on this side and we can strap that there. And then in case of a quick stop, this should stay right on the base. Small improvement, but it'll make a big difference. We've been living in the van off and on for about 2 weeks now, and we're starting to make sense of what we need and what we don't need, and we've been getting rid of some extra things that are taking up a bit too much room. We're starting to get our shelves a little more organized than they were when we first threw all of our things in here. We're gonna get towels and our sheets and bedding up there. Kaylee's doing some touch-ups on her mural and on some of the other things because when we moved, we had a lot of things banging into other things and some damage. So we're kind of trying to restore everything back to how it was when we first put everything together, and adding a few more storage solutions so we can hang up cutlery and we can put our wash tub over here.
I feel like this is the real final touches video.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, we had naively called the last one final touches, but we still had a few more to go. Our paper towel holder was getting pretty wiggly because the screws were backing out from just being screwed into this plastic. So we put some pop rivets in here, and now it's holding really well. We're gonna put a hook right here to hang the collapsible dish tub. And these are the only ones that we could find. So we got a little nut to put on the back of them, which will hopefully hold it in place. We're thinking of hanging the cutlery and our 2 cooking utensils on this little blank space here. So we're gonna put some hooks in here. We'll see how annoying those are to drive with.
It's like a wind chime.
So below our counter here, we were able to store 2 pans or 2 plates. We've got 3 bowls in the back, our 2 coffee cups, and then a smaller collapsible pot. We fit everything there. The last thing we have to find a spot for is our knife. So we have a cool magnetic knife holder that we were thinking of putting right here vertically. And then the knife could stick to it just like that, and it would be easily accessible. We put the magnetic knife block on here, and the knife sticks nice and securely. Our olive oil bottle here was a little too big to fit in the shelf, so we had to customize the end of this and cut off the tip of the olive oil bottle, and now it fits just perfectly underneath there.
I feel my heart for the first time.
Just finished putting on the first coat of varnish to this area right here and on the mural to protect the paint, and then we'll be installing a map of the US right up here. It's gonna be good.
So we got this cool map off of Etsy, and our idea is to put it up here, and then every time we go to a new state and spend a day there, we'll put a new state on our map. The states are this really cool gray color, and they're different heights, so the map looks kind of like rugged and pretty cool. Then they all have the capital cities on them as well. So the first thing we're gonna do is put the map up, and then we can go ahead and put Michigan on the map. We decided to use Velcro to put this up, just like we put up the mirror and our little Love and Shenanigans plaque, because the Velcro just stays on so much better. This is heavy duty Velcro. I also think because it's flexible, if we hit a bump or something, it can wiggle a bit. Whereas if it were like glued, I think it's more likely to come off. So we're using this for pretty much everything, and it's been working out really great. And don't forget about Alaska. We don't have like a background for Hawaii, but there is a little piece once we maybe take a plane there someday. All right, we're ready to put our first state on the map. We spent a little time in this state, so we figured we could go ahead and put it up.
I have to say send it.
And it's going on the map. One down, 49 to go. So after spending a couple of weeks in here, we found some things that we wanted to change around a little bit. Some things, especially when we were driving, that we wanted to make sure we're Velcroed down. We had anticipated being able to fit more things in here than we ended up being able to fit. So we weeded some things out that we realized we didn't need, which is nice. Now we have some fewer things in here. And then for the things that we knew we did need, we found better places to put them. And so we're starting to have some semblance of organization in here.
Everything needs to have a home here, or else it's just going to float around and we'll never find it. So we found that out within the first week when we were trying to find certain items, digging through different bags, and we realized, oh no, everything has to have a home.
So how are you feeling now that we've been out of the apartment for a bit? Is it starting to feel a little more real?
It does feel very real. I will say that we have been spoiled for these first couple of weeks because we've been staying on family property or family driveways, so we're able to go in and take a shower whenever we want. We do have access to running water, so we haven't been really using our pump as much. Certain things like that, I think we've been taking advantage of. We're really going to feel that once we're outside of Michigan. Once we cross the state line, I think is when I'll feel that it's a lot more real. But after sleeping in here more often and this being our main bed, it feels like home more than it did before when we were working on it.
We're only a couple weeks away from our first big trip, which is only 11 days, but it'll be the first time that we're really, we'll have to do dishes in here, shower. So I agree that when we get on the road and get out of Michigan, it's gonna really start to feel real. But already I feel like having a little bit of time before we're on the road to try things out and be able to fix things in a hurry has been really nice. Like, I feel like we're more prepared now than we would have been 2 weeks ago.
Absolutely.
So having this little gap of time where we're still playing a lot around the area and we have time to fix things has been, I think, really beneficial.
One of the things that I've loved being able to tell people when they ask us at gigs we've been playing, they'll come, some people will come up and ask us, where are you from? And we start to say Detroit, or we'll say we just moved from Detroit, but we actually live right over there, and we just point at the van. And I think that's just super fun, and being able to say, no, that's our home, that's where we live. I had my nieces and other littles from the family run up and check out the van, and they kept asking us questions. You know, you actually live here? Like, you actually cook here?
We've given a few tours, and people always seem surprised, like, when they see the outside, like, that's really small. But then I think when we show people, like, what we've got going on the inside of the van, like, it does feel much roomier from the inside than it looks like it's going to be from the outside.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that surprises people. It's almost like us having this kind of jogs people's memories, like, oh yeah, my brother did that, like, you know, back in the 80s. He moved into a van and traveled across the country, and maybe this idea isn't so crazy after all. Or some people will come up and say, oh, I really would like to do that someday. I really want to do that. So we hope that what we're doing in the van and the videos that we're making and the future adventures that we'll be sharing can inspire people to find their own sense of adventure and go and do something that's maybe outside of what they've done before.
As always, we really appreciate you watching our videos and keeping track of what we're doing, and we'll see you next week.
See you guys.